Okay, so these shorts are way too wide around the top and we're going to put elastic in them later. But first off, we want to know where Nazareth wants her shorts to be. Now, when you're at school, you probably just slip these on underneath your school dress, okay? But Nazareth's not in school uniform, so she didn't have to. Now, if we turn it over there, Nazareth, would that be about the right level or do you want it further down?
That's right level.
That's the right level. Okay, so we'll put one pin in. Okay, just one pin in the fold. Can you hold it up so it doesn't drop down? Now, how long would you like them on your leg approximately?
Maybe about here.
Okay, so we'll put one pin in there. Just basically fold it up, so you reckon about there?
Yeah.
And put one pin in there like that. And that's all we're going to do for now. You can go get changed.
Okay.
This is how to decide how much of the excess fabric you will need to cut off, because each person's body is a different length. Some of these you will need to cut off more than others. Okay, this is the pin where my person had it folded over. In actual fact, Nazareth didn't need to cut anything off hers, so this is actually just one that I'm imagining. Okay, so this one is 7 centimeter fold over. However, I need 4.5 centimeters for the casing, so I'll put a mark there at 4.5 centimeters. Okay, there's my 4.5. And I have left over 2.5 centimeters. So I can unfold here and I can measure from the edge all the way along 2.5 centimeters. You can probably see that I've already been across and done that. Okay, so basically 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, all the way across, right across to the other side. Then I'm going to pin the top together in a few places just to make it stay while I cut, and I will be cutting directly across with my scissors, and I will basically go like this on this edge, cut along through those markings that I made. Now, if you are not sure how much you have to cut off, and this is all very confusing, please ask your teacher for some advice. There we go. And that will be ready for folding over the top of the case. Okay, so now we're going to do the measuring for the casing. The casing is the folded channel that we thread the elastic through, so that when you put the shorts on, the elastic will hold the shorts up. Okay, and we need to have 4.5 centimeters folded over at the top. And what I'm going to do now is just show you on this tape measure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.5 is here. On some tape measures, they mark them slightly differently and they can be confusing. So make sure you look at your tape measure. I'm going to put a pin close to the fold here. It will be much easier to do the next stage if it's close to the fold there, and it's not pinning it to the back, it's just pinning just on the fold. 4.5 all the way around. Okay, so it's pinned all the way around, and these pins are very close to the edge because the next stage is going to be important to be able to move the bottom edge. So we're going to actually flip up, turn this bottom edge in 1.5 centimeters, which I could measure 1.5, but I'm actually just going to measure and make sure I'm left with 3, and I'm left with 3 there. That's perfect. So I will put a pin in, and I'll put my pin in this way, and it's holding it all the way through to the back from there. Okay, and then I'll just come along here again, and I'll kind of figure there, that looks about 1.5. Check it. Am I left with 3? A bit more than 3. Flick up a little bit more. Okay, now I'm left with 3. Put another pin in and keep working my way all the way around, measuring and making sure I'm left with a fold up of 3 all the way around. Okay, and you notice here that there are none of these raw edges that fray left because they're all folded up in this 1.5 turn up. Okay, These ones close to the top can come out, and we're just left with these pins sitting like this.